introduction. So, as a Lone Ranger here, first of all, I would like to say good afternoon to everybody. And I'll try to make this as short as possible because I'm the last one here. So last but not the least. And just a brief introduction on myself. So I'm an MSc student, currently doing an MSc Computing, IT Law and Management at King's College London. And before this, I'm working as a system analyst under the e-Government National Center under the Prime Minister's Office. So I've been sent here by the government under the in-service training scheme. So it would be, I think, just right for me to contribute back to the government by doing a research that would be beneficial to be used in the future. So, just the agenda for this, my presentation, 15-minute presentation. I'll talk about the background of my research, the overview, the objectives, what my research is all about, what is ontology, e-government, current practices or traditional approach, and my proposed approach for e-government and current status of my project, and hopefully to conclude and sum up and future work. So I think everybody's quite clear on this one. Wawasan 2035, I think most of the keynote speakers have been touching on this one. I won't go through in detail about it. But what I would focus is on the government to focus on integrating e-government programs. What is e-government programs? I think you can see it in the book. Under my profile here, it says that e-government is considered as a tool for governments to use in order to provide better administration and public services. So actually that is what we hope to do. We want to not only modernize the government, but to give better service to its citizens. So, and the government in this Wawasan 2035, we would have these e-government programs to provide high-quality online customer services, enhance local small and medium enterprises, SMEs, through e-business, and build human and institutional capacity in ICT applications. So, in just layman terms, that we would like to support the economic development by providing good services, fast, reliable services, such as payment to contractors, vendors, that doing business with the government, for example, and also to help local SMEs by supporting initiatives like the one that is conducted by BDB, the iCenter, whereby they have they're supporting local businesses to advance in e-business, and also to support human and institutional capacity ICT applications such as in the educational sector, UBD, ITB, whereby we support those projects in IT, ICT. So that's what we hope with this e-government programs. So, and not only that, we just to highlight on the National Development Plan 2007 to 2012. I think this was highlighted in our honorable guest of honor and also other keynote speakers, that the government has allocated a budget for the development of the country. And for ICT, it's a big amount, about 12.1% of the total budget. That's about 1.15, nearly 1.2 billion, so about 1145 million. It's roughly about in US dollars 790 million. And the major bulk of this ICT sector allocation is under the e-government initiatives. And just to compare, education is quite a big amount compared to the other allocation, because, for example, education, that's about 8.7% compared to ICT 12.1%. So, and medical and health, about 1.6%, about 149 million, and human resource development, even smaller, about 3.1%. So, what I'm trying to make out from this is that we need to justify the e-government, why they are spending so much on e-government. So that's why we are answerable to the public. Why we need to justify why do we need to spend that amount? Why not giving more money to education? I think Professor Tong highlighted on that issue. And also to touch on His Majesty's data. Last year, 2009, during the opening of the 5th session of the Legislative Council, he emphasized that Brunei Darussalam has been able to sustain its economy due to its practicing austerity and prudence in spending. That means we have to be prudent in spending so that for economic growth and sustainability. And also recently, during the opening 6th session of the Legislative Council this year, His Majesty also stressed the need for the government to put an end to delays in development projects and call for relevant parties to explore and study the causes of any failures. Taking from these 2 points, there is more responsibility for us so that the money we spend is well justified, and that's it. There's more responsibility for us. So going to my research, whereby relating to my earlier points that I wish to develop a new approach to design and develop e-governance systems, whereby it would be more compatible to government operations by aligning with relevant legislation. Why legislation? Because coming from as a civil servant, we have to adhere to certain regulations, rules, and even, most importantly, laws, Brunei laws, acta, acts, orders. So if we were to build a system, there's no point building it, and at the end of the day, it's not compatible to what we are, as a regulator and government, is not compatible. So we have to be more cost effective, and we have, more importantly, reduce wastage. And also, another point is to be more stable in perspective of changing environments. Going back to the point His Majesty said, to study the cause of any failures. So hopefully my approach would be more less prone to future failures. Okay? And also the methodology that what I would be doing in my research is taking legislation as a source of knowledge for the e-government system itself. That means using it as the source of data and to create a blueprint for the eventual e-government system. And then also taking from that to analyze the legislation, so that to extract its ontology and conceptual maps, meaning that studying the legislation, making sure extracting data from it, relevant data, so that it can be used to build the eventual system.